The piece of information that I'm referring to is down on the bottom line. Death Knight runes restricted gameplay. So there are now 6 runes, one type. Don't worry about types are off cooldown anymore. So let's talk about this. Basically what they're talking about is referring to Howling Blast runes only going to Howling Blast and Death runes, and of course you can't use them on Unholy runes. So basically what they're discussing with this is you are going to have all Death runes. What does that mean for us? Basically, it means we get to Howling Blast spam a target if we want to. Now, it's going to be weird, and it's going to take some reworking, because imagine if a Death Knight was able to Death Siphon 6 times in a row. So right now we can do it, 2 times, 4 times maybe. We'll link it up with Plague Leech. You can even do it 6 times. Up to that. But imagine if they could do it 6 times every rotation. Like, that healing would just be crazily overpowered. I mean, of course we can only do them, once in a while in a normal rotation. Of course we can use Plague Leech and usually generate more for more siphons and things like that. And it does quite a bit of healing, even though it's not 6 times in a row, or we're using it multiple times in a row. It's just, or we can just, use Empower and get big heals and generate that way. But, yeah, I love talking about DK stuff. It's just going to be weird, guys, because it's going to need to be reworked, because we're not going to be able to, Death Siphon a target 6 times in a row. That would actually give us, like, complete God mode. If we were able to Death Siphon right now 6 times in a row, it would just be way too much. So if we just have basically all Death runes, like, guys, that's going to be insane. How does that change up the rotation? Well, you wouldn't have Unholy runes, so you'd basically be able to go up to a target and probably spam Howling Blast until you Frost Strike, and spam Howling Blast until you Frost Strike, which is really weird. Otherwise, you're going to link into spells also, probably, which you probably won't use Unholy Strikes, or Plague Strikes, anymore, because there's no Unholy runes. I mean, it's going to be there, but, maybe we'll use it to generate Necrotic Plague faster at some point. Other than that, I don't know, guys. It almost like we're just dropping off Plague Strike, almost, it feels like, with how this is going. Because, you can still generate Necrotic Plague by spamming Howling Blast just the same, so maybe not. Maybe that's all we're going to be doing, spamming Howling Blast and hitting Frost Strikes, which is going to make us like a 2-button rotation. I don't know if I like this change, guys. I don't know how much they're going to rework DK. You can tell they're definitely going to rework it by that statement that we're not going to be locked in on runes. Basically, we're going to have Death runes. So that means they're going to rework our healing somehow. There's a clue there. Let's think about some other clues that's going to go into, guys. I just don't know, guys. It's going to be crazy. I just don't even know how to react to this. I really have to think about this for a lot longer to really get a good grasp for what's going on. Probably discuss it with a few people. And that's basically why I make this video. I wanted to put this out there and tell you guys about it, because it was like a small little piece of information that fell through the cracks. Basically, just are they making it easier for us, or what? Or are we expecting some big changes with Frost? I know a lot of things, as I said before, are just going to get a lot of reworking, and it's a bit scary to me, guys. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to get that little piece of information out there, and to let me know down in the comments what you think. What do you think those changes are actually going to represent? Are they good? Are they bad? What is your opinion, guys? Let me know. This piece of information came out after I started creating this video, after I was almost done with that first part. But anyways, guys, we're going to discuss it right now. So I'm going to read this off. Death Knights had a lot of balance changes over time. Many unique mechanics like dot snapping with unholy things have gone away now. So part of it made unholy special is gone. So no more dot snapping with unholy. It doesn't affect me too much. So let's read on. Something they are trying now is festering wounds. When Death Knights hit a target, they apply a debuff. When they use a different ability, that wound will pop. That's really cool. So it's kind of like Necrotic Plague. When you use your abilities, it's already stacking, but instead it's when you hit them, You might hit them and apply 3 to 5 or pop 3 to 5 of them at once. That'll be cool. It's like a CD pop. That'll be interesting. The Fantasy Death Knight pulling corpses from the ground to do their bidding is great in game, but doesn't feel like you are playing. So the team wanted to give them a unique mechanic. That'll be interesting. Talons may give them multiple pets or different pets or stronger pets. That'll be pretty sweet for an Holy. Frost is still very similar to Live, and Blood is somewhere in the middle. The last line is Blood Death Knights having different runes is part of what made it easy to play. You would just push whatever buttons lit up as runes controlled what you use. Now you have more options and control over how to use them, referring to what we were discussing to begin with about having full death runes. That's probably going to apply to all 3 specs, guys. Which sure is, I'm not still unsure about, but they said Frost is very similar to Live and Blood DKs are somewhere in the middle. So they're very similar to what they are now. So we know there's not going to be mega changes, but I still want to know what your guys' opinion are on these pieces of information on Legion Death Knights. So until next time, guys.